Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Rachel.
Yep. Live? It's not a live stream.
I've just pressed record.
Is it a live stream?
No, it's not a live stream. This is a record only on StreamYard, provided by StreamYard.
Are you sure it's not live?
And it's most definitely not live.
It's not a live stream.
You can check on Instagram. I can almost guarantee you it's not being streamed.
I'm going to check.
She's going to check. She's not too sure, guys. The levels of anxiety that just came through, Rachel.
Oh my god, look.
Is that trapped floss in a gum?
Yeah.
That is horrendous. That is disgusting. Why did you show that to me?
It just came up on my phone.
Look, don't be a hero. No live stream. Nothing being live. We've got stories. Alright. Just proving to you it's not being live streamed. Anyway. Hello, dear listener. How are we doing? Welcome to a very special episode of Don't Be a Hero podcast. It's me, Matt, not with a Forest, but I'm here. Go on, give me your best impression of Forest.
Forest, yes. We're going to be discussing Tim Burton's Corpse Bride.
Oh, she's already announced it.
Everyone knows what it is.
Oh, they do.
No,
we do a little bit. So we do a little bit at the beginning, like this. So this is our little bit.
Listen to it, so I wouldn't really know.
And then we go, and we're gonna do, and then we roll the intro. But that's fine. How are you to know? You weren't to know. That's fine.
I didn't get given notes.
You weren't given notes. You wouldn't have known
before coming in.
But how are you, sweetheart? Welcome to the podcast.
Thank
Welcome.
you.
You are our official first co-host minus a Forest.
Yeah, I feel got some big shoes to fill.
You got some big shoes to fill.
I don't know what size his feet are.
I don't
What size do you
know.
think his feet are?
I don't know.
I'll text him.
Okay, dear listener, after 3, take a guess. Okay, we're going to shout out Forest's shoe size after 3. Our guess is 3, 2, 1.
9.5.
10.
This is great.
Are you actually going to
content.
ask?
I'm going to ask him. Matter of urgency, what size are your feet? And then he's going to be like, then buy me some shoes.
Oh.
And then the shoes are never going to appear, and he'll be like, I thought they were getting me some shoes. Matter of urgency. What's how big are your feet?
Just
and what size are your
that's
feet?
the question, isn't it? That's the no. How big? What is your shoe
What
size?
size shoe are
You
you?
You could probably hear like chainsawing going in the background as well. That's timely stuff. Also, the kids are in.
The kids are in.
The kids are in the other room. There we go. Can we? There we go. Almost on cue.
There's one.
Almost on cue.
Is she okay?
Yeah, she
What's your
alright?
sister watching in there?
The Corpse Bride.
Roll the intro. Okay, what's the size? What's the
9.
size?
He's a size 9.
Is he? Oh, okay. Thank you for the intro, Hayley. We are indeed going to be reviewing The Corpse Bride, which is currently being watched next door in the other room by the kids, because you watched it with us, didn't you? You did. You did.
Yes, we did.
So, Rachel, we go through characters, we go through plot, we give our initial thoughts.
Okay.
And then we kind of round it off on a crisp packet rating.
Okay.
But I thought also the reason why you're here talking is because tomorrow it's our wedding anniversary,
It is.
mate.
That's our wedding anniversary tomorrow. Yeah.
How many years have we been married now?
How old are you? 7. 8.
8 years?
It's 8 years.
You're
We've been
joking.
together 11 years.
Mate, really?
No.
I should know this.
We've been together 11 years and been married 8 years tomorrow.
Wow. 8 years.
8 years,
That's a long time.
I think. Yeah.
Not as long as 9.
Not as long as 9. Not as long as... Oh, if only Forrest had size 8 feet.
Yeah, 8 years. Oh, and as well, actually, while we're kicking off, I want to give a massive congratulations to Lee in Lights Camera Rant, who recently got engaged
Ah.
as well. So talking of weddings...
Do you need a wedding band? I know, a really good
Oh
one.
my god, Lee would 1000% come to Australia.
No, we'd go to Australia. Should we? Oh, we'll come.
We'll come.
Yeah.
Have we just invited ourselves?
To play at his wedding. Do you want our band to play at your wedding? We're really good. We're really good.
Amazing.
We are actually really good.
Well, let's go through first things first. Corpse Bride, initial thoughts. Hayley, what do you think of the movie?
Very good.
Yeah.
Dead person. Very scary, but beautiful.
Oh, that's really nice. I love that. Scary but beautiful. They're
The maggot's
juxtaposing
very
words.
funny.
The maggot is very
Maggot is
funny.
very funny.
Very funny. I like that. Rachel, what's your initial thoughts on the movie?
It's one of my favourite films.
You're very lucky it got drawn out of the roulette last week.
I know, and I suggested it.
You did. You did. So, yeah, what do you think of it in terms of its plot, summary, characters, cinematography?
What do you want me to do? Do you want me to just go through my notes?
No, just I want overall view before we go into details.
Oh, what she said. I'm not good at stuff like this off the cuff. You know that I'm not. It's one of my favourite films. I really, really enjoy it.
That's good. Why do you really enjoy
I
it?
love Tim Burton's. I like Tim Burton's weirdness.
Weirdness.
I like
the edginess.
I like. What are you doing? I like stop animation.
Is that what it is? It's stop. Is
It's
it?
the first stop animation to be recorded digitally.
Oh, is it?
Fact.
Was the first one that he did was Nightmare?
I don't know if that was his first. No, it wasn't his first film, was it?
No,
would
but
have
in
ever
terms
done.
of stop motion,
I don't know.
interested to know. But yeah, I think for me, in terms of my overall views, I think it's the second time that I've seen the movie.
When did you see it for the first time, Matt?
I went and saw it on a date with
Not with me.
not with you because I was 15 when this movie came out in 2005.
I was 16.
It's only an hour and 17 minutes. When we watched it a couple of days ago, very short movie, which actually is quite refreshing for us on this podcast. But yeah, I think in terms of overall views, I thought it was maybe too short, just for me.
Oh, okay.
I enjoyed the music, but I didn't. I enjoyed the music, but I didn't love the music. None of the songs are catchy.
Would you have enjoyed it if Victor had had his own solo song?
It probably would have helped
Because
with
he
his
did, and they cut it.
Oh, okay.
But it is available on the bonus edition CD.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that would have made more sense for it to be put in, to be honest, because it would have done better for his character as well. In terms of character development, that's what songs. If you're doing a musical, that's what the songs are for, right?
Victor is very wet.
Yeah, it's too. This is the other thing. I enjoyed it. I think in terms of color grading, I really loved when he goes into the dead, the area of the dead. It becomes color, and then in the real world, it's black and white. So I love that kind of juxtaposition. And I think in terms of the stop motion, I think in terms of the characters, the voice work, all top stuff. And it is a proper good classic Tim Burton movie. But I wasn't bowled over by it.
Were you not?
No.
I love it.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all yeah.
I think it's a great introduction
Right.
for
These
because they haven't seen Nightmare Before Christmas because I think that is still too scary.
Yeah.
But if you know that, but
You met Jack
you did
Skellington
meet Jack
at Disney.
Skellington. He put you in a Christmas tree.
Yeah,
What?
You were one. He put you in a Christmas tree.
he did.
And we let him, weirdly.
We did.
Well, I put you in a Christmas tree.
Mummy,
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
But it's a good intro. So now when you're a bit bigger, did you like the style of the film and the animation? And it wasn't a cartoon, was it? It's all puppets.
Yeah,
Animated
I
puppets.
like that part of
Yeah.
the movie.
The puppet stuff.
Puppet stuff.
Well, I tell you what. Why don't you go have a little second watch and come back to us in a moment? If I bring you back in about half an hour's time, you give me your second thoughts and how it's getting on your second watch. Okay. Yeah. Go on then. There you go.
Insane voice talent.
Insane voice talent. Yeah, absolutely.
Did anyone jump out to you immediately?
In terms of characters. Yeah, Christopher Lee.
Yeah.
Christopher Lee, as his voice is so incredibly famous. And yeah, as Pastor Gulswells. Ganswells? But he was fantastic.
Joanna Lumley.
I think Johnny Depp shouldn't have played that role. I'm going to
Why?
say it now.
I said it the other day, but okay.
Okay. Why do you think that first?
I don't really have a reason. It doesn't scream Johnny Depp to me. I don't know why. It's just a bit of a wet character. I don't think he does wet characters. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's not characterless, but
he had
it's
15 minutes to come up with everything.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
Is that an actual genuine thing?
I believe so. So they were like, "Oh, we're gonna do Corpse Bride."
Mm.
Cool. And he was like, "I've got a while to." I barely remember this, but I've got a while to also get into this. And then they met up for something else, and he said, "Oh, we can do some recordings of Corpse Bride. We can do a bit of Corpse Bride while we're here." I was
Oh.
like, okay.
And then he just literally was like, I've got to come up with a character.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't it amazing to be in a position like that, though? You know, you've got
That could be
a mate like Tim Burton.
absolute bullshit. Our friend, when we were doing our Amdrams when we were teenagers,
Yeah.
used to babysit their children because they lived around here.
With Tim Burton and Helen Bonham Carter
Yeah.
when they were together.
Yes, but are you coming out for a drink tonight? Like, no, I'm looking after the Burton kids.
That's mad,
Looking
isn't it?
after the Bonham Carter kids.
That's absolutely crazy. I wonder what the house. I bet the house is like proper gothic,
Yeah,
like Corpse Bride
yeah.
in terms of that kind of house. But yeah, I think okay. So let's tell you what. Let's stick to the format, Rachel. Stick to the format. Let's talk about plot. So, it's a. I wouldn't. It's. Is it a classic love story? No.
It's based on an old Jewish folk tale, I believe. Again, I believe.
What was Corpse Bride? Based.
Are you editing this?
That's called The Finger. Tim Burton was inspired by Howard Schwartz's retelling of the Jewish folktale The Finger. Great.
Took someone else's story and made it Hollywood.
Right, I tell you what, let's talk about story, plot, narrative. What are your thoughts?
Do we tell them what it is?
Yep.
Two families, two households, both alike in dignity.
In fair Verona, where we lay our scene.
It's not that.
Okay.
Oh, we should have done that. Anyway,
No.
okay. Then the Mercutio one. Best Mercutio
That's a good
ever.
one. As in the movie.
The Mercutio one, the Baz Luhrmann one.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so two households. One household is like super snobby and rich, except they're not anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They're destitute now. Anyway, they're going to marry off their daughter to a family who have built up a business. So they have some money, but they're still pretending they're very high and mighty because they don't know that they're poor. Poor now. They're going to marry off their daughter. They've never met the two characters, Victor and Emily, who are getting married, have never met at all until we meet them. So our first meetings of them are their first meetings of them.
Yeah.
And Victor's very nervous, and the wedding rehearsal goes wrong, and then he freaks out and he runs into the woods like you do. And there's all sorts of there's loads of Easter egg things happening here.
Yeah, I want to know more about these Easter eggs in a moment. We'll
Okay,
do that
okay.
later. Because because you when we watched
Okay, going
it,
Easter egg number
you
one.
kept going Easter egg number
Easter
one.
egg two.
Yeah. I was like, okay, hold on to those. I want to know. Yeah, go on.
And he rehearses his wedding speech all of a sudden very well, away from the eyes of people watching him.
Yeah.
And he uses a tree that we may or may not have seen before.
Oh, it's a certain tree, is it?
A tree.
Rachel's, just say, audio listeners, dear listener, Rachel was doing some sort of weird movement-y dance, physical theatre thing with her arms.
And think spirit fingers. can bring it on.
Okay. Good reference.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, you have to take me back because I've gone now. I've gone.
You were talking about the tree.
The tree.
Yeah.
So he has a ring. He's practicing. He's pretending all the different bits of the tree in the forest are the different people, and then he places the ring on a branch of the tree.
Yeah.
But it isn't the branch of a tree. It's actually where the body of a woman is lying, and he has broken a spell basically, and he ends up in the underworld with the corpse bride.
With the corpse bride.
Emily. So they are now married. Except they're not to be married. She has to kill him. But I mean, that's the basis
of the.
And then it's all about him getting back to the real world and then marrying Victoria, even though.
Yeah, so that's what really sort of confused me a bit, because it was like, who are we on side of? What are we on, the corpse bride side, or are we on what's her name again? Was Emily's side, who's played by
Emily? No,
you'll know it, but I'm gonna find out.
She's called she's so famous.
Emily Watson. No.
Yes,
Emily. She plays Victoria.
Yeah, Victoria. Yeah, Emily Watson plays Victoria, and then Helena Bonham Carter plays Emily.
Yes.
But yeah, so you have, if it was following the route of your nonsense normal stories, it'd be like, oh, well, now the lead's spending all his time with this girl and they're gonna find out they're in love at the end.
Yeah, which was what I assumed.
Yeah, well, we're not doing that. So that didn't happen. But then equally I was like, why are Victor and Thingy gonna get married anyway? Because they don't actually.
But this is what I didn't get in terms of Johnny Depp's performance as Victor. What is the lesson learnt from Victor here? What does he learn?
Well, at the very, very beginning of the film, do you remember what the opening shot was?
It was the town, wasn't it?
He's in his room and he's got like a bell jar.
Yeah.
Over a butterfly.
Right.
And the opening shot is him looking at this, and
he
then he lifts
it,
it, and the butterfly flies off.
Yeah.
So that's obviously like major foreshadowing for
later.
What's going to happen at the end of the film.
Yeah.
I don't know personally what is maybe learning to be less selfish. He was going to die for her.
Yeah, but he never. But I think you're right. That is what the lesson is in terms of him being less selfish, being more self-aware of his own choices, and not being so much of an entitled aristocrat, effectively built into money. But like that character is never established in the first place. He never comes across as an arse.
But it's not his story.
Yeah.
I know it sort of is, but it isn't. It's not. It's her story. It's not about him.
Here comes the other one. So I know that it's not his story, but it very much starts with him, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I get it. He's just a bit of a wet, boring character. But I guess there are some like very wet, boring men around. No, sorry, there are.
I really appreciate that you didn't look towards me there.
I looked at you on the screen.
Oh, I see.
I'm only joking. I know it's like not like the best content for like, because it's like, oh, wedding anniversary tomorrow, and like, oh, and it's also very lovely. But like, you don't have to marry someone if you don't want to marry them.
No.
You don't have to let them kill you when you're dead, so that your big dead marriage works. Your big zombie wedding. You don't have to do that. But obviously it was set a while ago, so So
the music's done by Danny Elfman, who is a long-time collaborator of Tim Burton's as well. I think he did the music for the classic Batman movie, for Michael Keaton's song, initially for Batman. And he's done loads of other things, including Nightmare Before Christmas. But what do you... Okay, talk about the music and the songs. Was it needed?
Oh, yes.
How so?
Remains of the Day is a bop.
It's really funny because I don't know why, but I really enjoy the music in Nightmare. But it just doesn't hit the same way
Do you
in
think it
this
just
one.
didn't actually help the story at all?
It didn't serve anything.
How do you think? But it's ultimately it's a children's film.
Yeah.
Ultimately, and I think the way they talk about Emily's past, which is a man proposed to her, she fell hard and fast, as he says, and then he murders her.
Yeah.
It's for kids.
It's for kids.
He kills her, and it's not that simply explained, because then they explain why she's under the tree and what happened to her. And I don't think having a discussion between two characters in the film, in that format, would grip children.
That's
I think
true,
having
yeah.
it through song format.
And it's quite jovial, like bompy, bonking music.
Yeah, again, it's like bonking music.
Like, you know, it's
bonking music.
instrumentally for children.
Yeah.
You know, it's not.
And it's also introducing, like, oh, hi, there are all of these skeletons. We've got a man who is just a head, who is also the voice of his father.
Yeah.
It's Paul Whitehouse? Anyway.
Mm.
That is actually quite scary.
Yeah, that's
upon
true.
looking, and you have to introduce them in this fun way. Like, yes, we are in the land of the dead, and people are literally falling apart and rotting. But look, we're a great laugh.
So literally, got all of this death, all of it, but it's just good fun.
It's just good.
It's all good for the family.
It's good fun.
I didn't think it was a kids' movie until we watched it with our children.
It is a kids' movie.
Yeah, I know. I see it now, and I went and watched it as a teenager.
Well, it's for everybody, is it? Tim Burton is for everyone, to a point.
Mind you, have you seen Wednesday? Have you seen his Netflix series of Wednesday?
I've seen the first episode, and then life happened. I didn't carry on watching it.
I mean, I binged through it just for research. I didn't. I wanted to watch it.
We like Catherine Zeta-Jones.
We love Catherine Zeta-Jones.
We love you, Catherine.
I thought it was really good. I again, it has that distinct Tim Burton-ness to it, but it also, you can tell it's got the claws of Netflix
in it,
heavily embedded in it.
Because when you watch, like, what else does he do? The Alice in Wonderland movie, are they his?
Mm-hmm.
When people are like, oh, so Tim Burton. Yeah, I want to watch a Tim Burton film when I'm going to watch a Tim Burton film.
Yeah.
I want it to be weird and strange and make me feel a bit funny. Like, I don't, when people are like, oh, it was very Tim Burton. Yes, it was very Tim Burton.
Speaking of Tim Burton movies, and this one never happened, but would you have went and saw Nicolas Cage's Superman if it actually materialised in the 90s?
No. Oh, I really liked Superman back in the day, whereas now, not so much. Even with Henry Cavill, like.
Oh, that's crazy.
Even with Henry Cavill,
That's almost blasphemous.
I just, you know, you just.
Not even Man of Steel. Not even that.
I watched it.
It's
no Lord of the Rings, is it?
No, it's no Lord of the Rings. I'll be honest, that's true. But you can't compare Lord of the Rings to Man of Steel.
No, I know. I'm just
Completely different
saying. Superman for me is the 90s TV series with Terry Hatcher.
Oh, dear listener, anybody agree there? Terry Hatcher? Any Terry Hatcher fans?
Hear anybody? Hello.
A tumbleweed.
Who was in Coraline, also an amazing stop motion.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay.
So did you like it or not? I can't quite work it out.
I'm still standing with what I originally said. I enjoyed it, but I also didn't love it.
Would you watch it again? Because I would now go and sit. Like, I've watched it 20 times.
No, I'd switch off.
I would now. I feel like now it has potentially, and because they're getting into it, has now like awoken maybe a little hyperfixation.
Oh really?
I might like get right back into it.
Oh really?
Yeah. Like Halloween, we're dressing up, we're going full Corpse Bride.
Oh
Even though
no,
we're
she
not-
wants us as the Adams
she wants to be
family.
the Adams family. But yeah.
Well, that's good for you. I'm really proud. I'm really happy for you.
You didn't like it, you don't.
I'm really happy for you.
What about
I
the
don't
little
know. Maybe
dog?
the dog's really cute. I like it. Okay, let's talk about characters then.
Okay.
Let's go straight into characters. Your favorite character? Go. Mine's the worm. I like that little worm. I don't even know what the name is. Phineas. No. Is it Phineas? No. Who's the maggot? Maggot.
Him, yeah.
Reitel?
I mean,
Reitel, who plays maggot. I enjoyed that role. It was funny. I cannot believe Paul Whitehouse was in it.
he had multiple
That's
voices.
crazy. I'm just looking at the cast. Sorry, the cast is stacked.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
It's absolutely stacked.
Oh, I
Jane
like-
Horrocks.
Yeah, is she the one who plays the chef? The chef, who's like new arrival.
Yeah, she's absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, lots of fun.
Richard E. Grant, our very own Loki variant, is in it.
Yeah,
That's Baracus Bitten.
Barkus.
Sorry. Yeah, I know. My favorite role is definitely the maggot. I just think because in terms of the stop motion, the animation, the voice, it's very fun, and I enjoyed their bits. But though it was really small, I thought Emily. I think in terms of Helen Bonham Carter, I think she was great, but
Oh, okay.
yeah,
I really like Corpse Bride.
yeah, that's what.
Because again, she's gone her entire storyline, which when you are watching it, also like with young children, and she's like, I wanted to get married, and I will lie under this tree until someone marries me. Like,
Yeah.
no,
It's very idealistic.
Stop it! You stop! What is this? And then at the end, she.
But did you have? Out of interest, sorry to butt in, but did you have that thought when you were watching it in 2005? Has that changed since becoming a mother and now living in 2023?
No, I thought that at the time. Do you think? I mean, it couldn't happen, but Victor could just not be in it. And obviously, he has to be in it because he's quite a key figure. But it's just like,
Yeah,
like, you are of no interest to me at all.
I think what they could have done is that they could have either developed the character a little bit more, maybe put in a song that was meant to be in it, or get somebody else to voice it.
He was a funny old choice.
Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, we do understand why Johnny Depp was cast in it, but like equally, I think there probably could have been other voice actors out there.
That is that thing where you kind of go, I don't know why he was in it. I don't know if he auditioned for it. I don't know if it was just like he offered it to
There's
him.
no way
because
he
he's-
did.
Well, he made Helena wait like 2 weeks before telling her she got the part. And he says she's being dramatic and it wasn't that long, but that he probably did make her wait a little while. But yeah, you know when people are like, obviously she's going to be in his film.
Yeah,
Obviously Johnny's going to be in his film. There is that thing of there are literally thousands of other actors who could have voiced that role because there are enough. It's number one, it's a Tim Burton movie. Then you've got your big names in it, so he doesn't have to be the draw.
no, he doesn't.
He doesn't have to be the draw. So I would have been interested in seeing who was around that time, who was big at that time, who could have done that. Michael Fassbender.
Michael Fassbender. No, I think somebody younger.
Robert Pattinson. Our Pat.
Back in 2005, our Pats would have been Cedric Diggory by then, right?
Yeah, we would have been moving on to Twilight Times, I think, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Or like, what's his name? Quicksilver. Not Evan Peters. Aaron.
Mama,
Aaron.
Mummy, it won't heal if I have a plaster.
No, okay, you're all right, Donna. Don't
It's
worry.
all right, Bubba.
That's what it's supposed
Dia's
to do.
got
It's
a blister, everybody.
a very big blister from where she was playing ukulele upstairs. She's showing you all.
You played till you got blisters on your fingers.
You're all right.
It's all right.
What's his name? Quicksilver.
My spectacle.
He literally gets killed in.
Aaron Johnson.
Yeah.
Hello, Forest.
Okay, let's talk about Easter eggs.
Oh, yes, please. You can get some amazing ones now. Vegan ones, they're much better than they used to be, I find.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So you had a list of Easter eggs
So-
when we were watching this movie, so I'm desperate to hear them now.
You know in Toy Story how they always have the room number of the animation where
Yeah.
they all studied?
Yeah.
In this one, and I think maybe in Monsters Inc., there's a reference to a Ray Harryhausen, who is like the patron saint of like stop animation.
Okay.
And it's on the piano. So the piano is a Harryhausen. Harryhausen. I think it's pronounced Harryhausen. I read it as Harryhausen when I read it. So yeah, that's his nod to him. And then in Monsters Inc., he's like, I booked us a table at Harryhausen.
Oh.
Harryhausen's, but it's impossible to get a reservation there.
Oh, cool.
So I just think that, I don't
That's
know
just
if that
a
actually is
Disney nod, but it's not a Disney movie.
Disney Pixar.
Monsters Inc. came out 2002, I
Yeah.
think. So yeah, would have come after. Cool.
Then the tree. Do you recognise the tree?
Is the tree related to
A Tim Burton movie. Which one?
Sleepy Hollow?
Yes!
Thank you. Thank you.
Yay!
Thank you.
And then of course we have the a big, big classic horror film that he sort of used when there's lots of, scary things leaning over out of the trees, looming, staring at Victor.
Rachel was whispering, just so
I'm
you're
not
aware, dear
whispering.
listener. So she will speak up in a moment.
What is it? Come on, you watched it.
I don't know.
The Hitchcock film, The Seagulls. The birds! Come on! There's birds flipping all in the films, and they do loads of swooping and scaring people. And when he's doing
It's
the
a
bit in the
Hitchcock
woods,
movie.
no, but the birds,
As in the movie The Birds.
the birds. There's a nod to the birds.
I didn't even notice.
But what about all the birds? And they're all in the trees, like stare like they do in the birds.
Okay, I still don't know what you're talking about.
The
Birds.
birds. You please tell me you've heard of the birds.
No, I haven't. I don't know what you're talking about. The Birds.
The birds.
The Birds.
Are you joking?
As in, it's a movie.
Are you joking?
No.
You're joking.
No, I'm not. I don't think so.
You've never heard of the birds.
I've probably seen something from that movie, most definitely. But my brain doesn't think of a movie that's called The Birds.
The birds.
You keep saying it.
It's called the. Jesus, the birds.
It doesn't just because you're going to keep saying The Birds doesn't mean it's going to compute in my
hold
brain.
on. Anyway, fine. Moving on. The birds. What really pisses me off in this film, and I don't know if it's a deliberate mistake, if it even is a mistake,
Yeah.
is that she's like this tree branch with the pointer finger. So he puts a ring
Yeah.
on her pointer finger, and then they go down to the wherever it is, and she's like, you said your vows, and her ring's on her ring finger. That's not the finger he put it on. He put it on the other finger.
Oh.
So that annoys me. That's just an annoyance of mine.
Someone's playing Not Ginger in our house. That would be a Thea.
So you need to watch The Bird.
I need to watch The Birds. Okay, Forrest, add it to the list, mate, of the old wild card movies.
Because
I mean, to be honest, we've got to crack on with Phase 4 soon,
That's
but yeah.
one of those with classic ones where I think she actually genuinely got attacked because they were like, treating their actresses very poorly.
Really?
Yes. And she got actually set upon by birds.
Oh.
The birds!
The Birds.
Okay. So my first one is
First one, what? What are we talking about?
Yeah, what are we talking about? Are you about to give us your final thoughts?
Yeah.
Sorry, Hayley's just came back into the room. All right.
Please join us for Hayley's final thoughts.
Hayley's final thoughts. on the
His
movie.
final thoughts.
So you've just been in the room for about another 20 minutes watching it.
And firstly, my favourite part is when the old man goes.
She's acting for you all.
And word. My second one is when the dog comes out of the box and it's like this
What's the dog called?
scraps.
So she gifts Victor the bones of his childhood dog, Scraps.
Scrap.
And
Yeah.
And he then abandons there and just leaves.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, again, we don't like Victor. I don't think we like Victor.
No, we
don't
don't.
think we really like him very
No,
much.
I think that's unanimous.
And my other one is when the one when the boy's like
Oh yeah. That's a lovely bit of the film we forgot to talk about. When they're all reunited with their loved ones. The
humans and the dead.
humans of the dead
When they
come
have
up.
their wedding.
Oh, they join, don't they? Yeah. Yeah.
Join.
Nice.
Use your thumb, darling.
So, okay, I feel like we're naturally wrapping things up here because the children have gone feral, and also it's dinner time.
And Matt thinks the film's really short, so we've spoken about the whole film because he thinks it's really short. Do you know what's not a short film, particularly?
What?
The Birds.
It is not sure.
Hayley, at Don't Be a Hero podcast, we like to rate our movies out of contents of a packet crisp. Okay, crisp packet. So, Hayley,
Yeah.
if you're giving this movie a crisp packet rating, what type of crisps is this movie?
Doritos.
Oh, okay.
She blooming loves Doritos.
Is it a cheesy one or the cool ones? Cheesy Doritos.
Yeah, not so cheesy, not the burning hot ones, just the orange packet
It's not
cheesy.
chili heat wave.
I like that. That's a good one. All right, thank you very much, Hayley. I think in terms of, for me, I think overall, I think it's a good movie for the family. Quite clearly, the kids enjoy it. Rachel loves it. I'm indifferent, and I think that's just based on the length of the movie, some of the character motives, some of the songs that are in it that kind of disjoints the whole narrative. Doesn't really serve much. But if I was to give it a crisp packet rating, I'm going to give it cheese and onion Walker's crisps. So some of you are going to hate that, but some of you are going to love that. So it's that kind of middle ground. Do you see what I mean? Cheese and onion Walker's crisps. Anyway, let's give it a Rotten Tomatoes little look, okay? So according to the tomato meter, it's 84%. That's not bad, is it? And the audience rating is 77. So I think across the board, it's quite well liked and quite well known. And I think as well as it's because it's quite... Would you say it's a cult hit, Rachel? Yeah, I think loads of people got tattoos of Corpse Bride and stuff like that, and people religiously watch it every Halloween, all that kind of thing. Fair play, each to their own, right? Each to their own. Okay, so with all that, dear listener, I think that's the wrap up of Corpse Bride, but I'm not gonna just leave you just yet, because what I'm gonna say is that you may have noticed on our Instagram page and Facebook that we have announced a live podcast that will be happening on Saturday, the 10th of September. Hello, dear listener. I've just realised I've given you completely the wrong date. It is Saturday, the 2nd of September. Saturday, the 2nd of September, not the 10th. Past Matt, what is wrong with you? Anyway, let's forget that happened and let's go back to the usual bit. At the Mercury Theatre Cafe bar, which is a completely free event at 4:30. Me and Forrest will be doing our very first in-person live podcast. That will be our monthly reviews, news and rumours episode. Come and join us. turn up in cosplay. It's going to be a great day. If you're living locally, please do bring yourselves, bring your family, bring your friends, bring your cousin, your granddad, your nan, whoever, twice removed, whoever. All right, bring them, because it's going to be a great day. It's going to be a great event. You can have a wonderful day at Invasion Culture as well, which will be taking part in the main part of town. And then at 4:30, when the event's dying down, why don't you come to your Don't Be a Hero podcast live podcast? So come check us out. It'd be great to see you there. It's going to be a great day. But that is not all. There is another announcement coming shortly. But we will do that in due course. I've got to do that with Forrest because that is big, big news. But as per usual, dear listener, thank you very much for listening. We shall check you out very, very soon. Oh, and as well for next week, we'll be watching and reviewing Singham. We haven't forgotten about Singham. That's our next wildcard movie. All right there, dear listener. Thank you so much. I love you. Bye-bye.